everyone, it's Morgyn from For Love of Paper, and I've got a quick little art journal process video for you today. I think this one only took me about 25 minutes to complete, so it was nice and easy. And I think when I filmed this one a while ago. I think when I did it, I was actually talking to my sister on Skype while I did it, so if you see me sort of stop and pause or there's one part I think you see my head, and I was talking to my sister, so that's what I was doing. And I decided to do a bit of a rainbow layout. I had no idea where this was going, what I wanted to do, or anything, and I must have been in a super happy mood because I just went with this rainbow across my page, and it was really fun. I actually started this, I tried doing circles first, like circles of color all over the page, and then it just didn't work at all, so I went with this stripes look, and I just played around and had some fun. So it's a bit of a weird sort of art journal page, but I like it. And I'm using the Ranger distress crayons, I think they're called, and I think I've got pack 1, which is brights, and then I had a couple of other ones that I bought separately as well. So I just do that little rainbow across the page, and then I add some water with my little spray bottle, and then just smush them all together with my fingers. They didn't blend quite as much as I had hoped, but I think if I went like cross the colors over a bit more, it would have blended a bit more. So, you know, it's trial and error, and it was fun. I liked it. Next time, I would definitely like layer the pink over the purple and the blue over the green, and so on and so forth, to get a bit more of a blend between each color. But it is what it is. And because it was quite damp, I used the what is that called, paper towel, to just wipe up a bit of the moisture that was left over. And then this stencil is from Kaiser Craft. It's a big 12 by 12 stencil, and it's got all these little plus signs, positive signs on it. And I'm using some opaque texture paste, but it's really not that opaque. It doesn't dry clear. I thought it would dry quite clear, but it doesn't. It still stays quite white when it's dried. And so I did that right across the page, and then I realized I had missed a little bit down in that bottom right hand corner, so I very carefully tried to line the stencil up again so I could get that little last couple of plus signs at the bottom. And I think I dried that with my heat gun. Yeah, I dried it with my heat gun off to the side, and then I worked on this little piece. Now this was cut out from a magazine, the Daphne's Diary magazine, which I have shared on a previous video. I'll try and find the link and put it in the description box if you want to see my review on that magazine. And I cut out this face. There's actually a whole series of these faces on the page. So I used some gesso on there, just a light gesso, so I could still sort of see the picture and pattern through, because I wanted to use some spray inks on it, and I didn't know how they would go on the glossy magazine paper. I didn't think they would stick. They probably would in hindsight, but I wasn't sure how it would come out, so that's why I used gesso. Then I got out some sprays, and I thought I'd got out another orange one, but it was green, so that was my mistake. So I've used 2 of the Dilutions ones. I don't remember what colors they were, a pink and an orange, and then the other one is a Kaiser Craft one, and I think that's mandarin or tangerine or a fruit, I'm pretty sure. And I just sprayed them across this little cameo silhouette, face silhouette is probably the word. And then I just went back in after sopping up all the excess ink I just went over it a little bit more where the colour hadn't quite come through. And what else? I don't think I add anything else to oh, that's right, I think I get out a black pen and go around the edge, yeah, because I lined it up on my page and it just blended in a little bit too much, so I wanted to give it a bit more definition. So I just got out this marker. It's a uni something pen. It's from Officeworks, and I think I might have reviewed that pen before too, but I will leave a link to the Officeworks website where you can get that uni pen. I think it is uni pen permanent marker, permanent pen, something like that, and that is the 0.5 tip, so it's not very big. I've got a couple of different sizes because they're my favorite pen. They don't bleed. Like, I bought them when I used to do drawing, like colouring in with alcohol pens, like Copic markers and stuff, and that doesn't bleed, so that's why I've got those ones. They're really good. Then I used some, what is that? I can't remember what that is called. I always forget the name of that stuff. It's not texture paste. It is something. Anyway, I used that to glue my face down. So I grabbed out the same pen again and some, this is actually watercolor paper because I had that sitting on my desk, and I wrote out my quote. I just hand wrote it. Sometimes I like to have it typed or stamped, but this time I went with handwriting. And the quote I wrote was, "Sometimes you need to focus on yourself, and that's okay." And that's kind of fitting for most people, that we forget to give time to ourselves for whatever we need. And yeah, I think that suited me at the time. I needed to remember to give a little bit of time for myself every now and then. And so then I just cut out each word individually, and I used the stuff in the blue lid there. What is it called? Oh, gel medium. That's what it is. Gel medium. I knew it would come to me. So I used that to stick the face down, and then I also used it to stick each of those words down, and I really like how that turned out. And as you can see in the background, those little crosses, they're not opaque. I don't know why they say it's opaque texture paste, because clearly it's not. Maybe you're meant to mix color in with it, I'm not sure. And then I just went around focus yourself, okay, those 3 words, and I outlined them in black. And I actually outlined on the page, not on the little cutout word, just because those were kind of the important words to me for this particular one. And then I think I got out some distress ink, maybe, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And this is the blue denim, I think, distress ink. And I just went around the edge of the page with that, and it is a bit hard to get down the side where the rings are, where it's bound together. So I think I just ended up using my finger dipping it in the ink pad. Yeah, there we go. That's what I worked out. That was a lot easier. And the journal I'm using for this one is the Strathmore Visual Journal Mixed Media Pages, and it is 14 by 20 centimeters, so it's only a little one, but I've got lots of different things that I do in there. All my sort of practice pages are in this little journal. And then I also use that ink to go around the face. And that's this page done, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.